America's leading expert on stress management, Dr. Marvin Marshall. Dr. Marv, welcome to the program.
It's my pleasure to be here, Katarina. Thank you so much for inviting me.
What is stress?
Stress can be defined in a number of ways.
Okay.
So, for example, if somebody cuts in front of you on the freeway, you can be stressed. We call it road rage.
Right.
Because you have not controlled your impulses. If there's a tragedy in the family, that's distress or stress. Then you go a little further, and if there's a hurricane, it's distress. But for the general public, we refer to the word as stress because that's the most common way to refer to it. And most people do not understand the connection between the mind and the body, which we'll get into later on. But since you brought up the idea about everyone is in such a hurry and we're so stressed out, so to speak, let me share with you a little story that perhaps you can put in perspective.
Okay.
This has happened a few years ago, many years ago, even before we had telephone answering devices.
Okay.
Gentleman was entertaining his friend, and the phone rang. And it kept on ringing, and it kept on ringing. And
Now, I'm guessing this is before call display and all of that, right?
Exactly,
Okay.
right. And his friend got a little irritated and said, "Aren't you going to answer the phone?" And the gentleman said, "I bought this phone for my convenience, and right now it's not convenient for me to answer it."
Huh.
He wanted to continue the conversation with the person. Well, the key, of course, is he made the decision. He did not let the phone control him. And this is a mindset that a lot of people don't realize. For example, I worked with the New York City Board of Education in Harlem for 3 years, and I would travel to New York on a regular basis. I had a cousin who was an editor. He handled the automobile section in Forbes magazine,
Okay.
a major magazine. And periodically I would have dinner with Jerry Flint, and I tried to explain to him something that, as intelligent as he was, I was not able to convince him.
Okay.
Here's what I presented to him. The phone rings, and there's a natural compulsion to answer it. The doorbell rings, there's a natural compulsion to see who's at the door. Now, there's no problem with answering the phone or the door, or stopping at a red light, which we do, until we extrapolate and we infer that the red light caused us to stop, the phone caused us to answer, the doorbell caused us to answer it. No one causes or makes you do anything. It's in our language. I had no choice. You always have a choice. Choice ends when life ends. The idea is to be cognizant and be aware that you are always making choices.
Yeah.
The book Live Without Stress also has its own website. You can either go to you can go to withoutstress.com and go to the shop, or you can go to withoutstressbook.com. Anyone who buys, because it comes as an ebook and as a printed book, anyone who buys the printed edition gets 2 for the price of 1. And the reason for that is, and people who have purchased the other books say, I will never give this book away because there's so much in it. So what will happen is you buy one book, one you can keep, and the other, if you like it,
Give it away.
you can give it to a friend.
Well, and the beauty of that, Dr. Marv, is the fact that this is meant to be of service and of value to people.
Correct.
And that's very gracious of you to offer that.
By the way, the book just came out in January of this year and already has won the prestigious Eric Hoffer Award.
That is a very prestigious award. Congratulations to you for that.
Thank you. And of course, I'm a professional speaker, having spoken in 25 countries on 5 continents. From that, withoutstress.com, you can go to my speaking website, which is marvinmarshall.com.
But I thank you so much for your additions to trying to make it a better place for all of us, myself included. It was a real pleasure today. We thank you as well for watching. It is always fun here at Book Circle Online. Again, Dr. Marvin Marshall, Live Without Stress, and you can go to his website, which was withoutstress.com. I would urge you to do that. Again, I'm your host, Katarina Kazayas. Thank you for being with us. And for now, we will bid you adieu and see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye now.